Hey guys, Insomnia here. How's it going today? So we're over on the test server again today, just like normal account. So I'm going to run through the dailies. Haven't done actually anything on this account today. So we'll go ahead and get some of that done. I think it's catching up a little bit. It looks like it's a little bit laggy. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Trying to get everything up and running. Can you... Hey guys, can you hear me? Try to pull up the comments so I can see them on my iPad, but it doesn't look like it's working right now. Let me try it again. There we go. Looks like it's up now. Yeah, I got a new computer coming tomorrow, built a new Alienware. So if this one is about done, a lot of you know I've had the same computer for probably about 12 years now, so it's kind of crazy. Yeah, which is kind of weird because I don't see any of the messages showing up actually in the live stream. I just see them showing up on the actual live chat, but I don't see them on the live chat on my computer. But we'll go ahead. Okay. So just going to run through the dailies here. As you can see, we're getting quite a bit further on the test server account, up to chapter 14. Haven't done anything on this account today, so I really need to go through and clean this one up. New event is live, which I haven't done any of that actually today either. The Lost Sigils event. If you haven't checked it out, I'm really hoping that they change the sigils, or they change the rewards in the event, to add in diamonds, to add in scrolls, to add in a couple other things, because right now the red chest is the only thing really worth buying, unless you're going to get a copy of Taylene. But if you're not looking to spend real money, copy of Taylene, I believe you can get 240 sigils, which she costs 235. A lot of people have said a little bit different, that you can only get 220. So not 100% sure exactly how accurate it is, because I haven't went through and figured out all the math. But I was waiting to do the summons on this account. And what I'm thinking is, with getting the new computer tomorrow, that I'm actually going to start a free-to-play account. A lot of people want to see the free-to-play accounts. So there we get an elite right off the bat, which is very good. Copy of Tassie, so not too bad. On this account, I've really just been pushing kind of whatever, pushing the guild boss. And with this, it's just kind of whatever heroes come. So we got a couple guild bosses to do here. And this is kind of the best setup that I've seen. I use Screg as a tank. I've used Belinda as a DPS. The last time we played, we actually got Belinda up to Ascended. And I believe I used Falks to get her up to Ascended. But very cool. So we'll go ahead and do both the guild boss, and then I just do the quick battle, because I'm not really going to change up too much on the account, just because we don't have that many heroes that are really geared up. I do got to catch up this account with the peaks of time and everything. So hopefully we can get that a little bit further along. The tower I've been pushing quite a bit. I got a little bit more till I can unlock the faction towers. If you guys don't know, the faction towers are 100% where just so much loot. I mean, between the regular tower and the 4 faction towers, I mean 5 total, absolutely amazing. Junaid made a free-to-play account recently. Decided to use my faction scrolls and wilders. Very, I mean, Lightbearers are by far probably the strongest faction. They always say if you're starting, Lightbearers all the way, just if you don't know the game. Just because a lot of the other factions take a lot longer, not only to progress, but have less utility because they don't have all the support classes or the damage. Wilders are the second choice. By far, Graveborn and the Maulers are the toughest. To me, I think the Maulers are the toughest, just because they have Nemisu, which I got to Ascended, which he is pretty good. I'm liking the way he's going, but short of him, which his heals are kind of inconsistent, but I like the ability for them to distract the enemy, just like Baden does, just like Grezol does. Distracting the enemy is huge, especially when you're fighting nuke heroes. If you've seen any of the hero type guides, when Belinda turns around and nukes a totem versus nuking my team, super effective. And that's what makes the hero so good. Endgame, I don't see anyone using them, but they do come in handy for battles. And a lot of the heroes are situational. Like when you look at your Brutus, his immunity shield, I've used him for a couple matches just because of his immunity shield. Where if there's 3 or 4 burst heroes that are on one single target, he can actually take the target, take the hits from all 3 of them, just go immune, so it buys you a few seconds so you can get some of their team down or even some of the CC up. So as you get a little bit further. And this account I like because you get to see everything first. It's pretty cool when you get to see everything first. With the new events and everything else. Kane I didn't do anymore. And again, I just used my mashup team. New account because in chapters. Yeah, I have noticed that 26, 27, it gets really slow. I'm on 27 I believe 9 right now. 27-9. The only way to really push progression when you start getting further game is having very powerful celestial heroes. Even when you look at the tier list, celestials or hypogens are always towards the top of the tier list just because they do so much damage. It seems like a lot of the regular factions don't have the utility that your heroes do when it comes to the celestials. So I like my main account. I love playing it. If I could go over, I would do it a lot different. There's a lot of different things I would do. Yeah, Pharrell, I still need one more copy. I only have him at Mythic Plus. Galdi, can't decide if it should go Ascended Griselda or Thorin. Personally on that one, I would go Grez. Just for the fact that Thorin, yeah, you can cheese a lot of it. And Thorin, when he dies, though, he gets back up. Where the survivability of Grez is kind of reliant on the ability for him to get up adds and get healed by adds. Where Thorin, most of the time, he'll stay alive most of the battle just because you have to kill him twice. Especially if you have a signature item because it gives him that much more hit points. And the other thing that I liked, and it's kind of either or, is Grezol does quite a bit of damage, especially with the minions. Keeping the minions alive make a big difference, but Thorin does a lot of damage if you get a lot of heroes stacked on him when he does his ult. I got my Graveborn video almost edited. I'm going to do the campaign push. I actually got Thorin up, so a little sneak peek at it. I haven't used him. I have not run one stage with having Thorin at the mythic level with his signature item unlocked. So I'm very excited to see. I just have to finish editing and finish the campaign push, which I'm hoping today. And then doing the light bearer video probably for tonight or tomorrow because I was waiting for the patch for the new hero. So see if we can get a couple copies. But it looks like most of the faction teams now, chapter 19 to 21, and with that, they're also, most teams have 2 or 3 ascended heroes. Yeah, I heard Thorin. That's why I wanted him on the Graveborn team. I have Grezol on my main account. I believe he's 2 stars or 3 stars, and I don't use him at all. Where I hear when it gets to later game, Grezol you don't really use, and a lot of people don't use, where Thorin you still will. Just because of his survivability overall, which is similar to like Hendrik on the Light Bearer team. Once his health gets so high, which I believe signature item 10 is plus 15%, and I believe signature item 20 is plus, is it 30%? Yeah, Grez, as much as I love his magic reduction, And again, he's one that is somewhat situational that I've seen. Because if you have a team that's very reliant on magic, of course, Grez is going to help quite a bit. But a lot of the teams have melee DPS, so it doesn't make that big of a difference with his survivability. Earlier, like, I mean, Chapter 19, Chapter 20, it does very, very well because they can't kill him. So simply just because of the ads that he makes up and the heals that he gets, when you see in the Graveborn video, most of the time, they can't kill him. With Pharrell, Isabella, Nara. Yeah, that's a very, very strong combo. One change to that I've seen is running Pharrell and Nara in the back row with Arthur in front, and then running Lucius with Athalia. Just absolutely decimates. That's what a lot of people are running later game. That I've even seen like chapter like 30 plus. As Arthur will increase the attack speed of Nara and increase the attack speed of Pharrell, while Athalia takes out the other side. So you actually pull a hero over and you're taking out another hero on the other side. Very, very cool to see the team comps, though. I've been trying to build. I know, that's my problem. I just got Athalia to, I believe, Mythic. And I've been working on her signature item, but it's slow. When you're looking at the new event, so the Lost Sigils event, the red chests I have found are the stopping point for everything. Heroes come with time. Heroes come with summons. Heroes even come with Stargazer if you're looking at Taylene. The red chests, short of spending diamonds on them, which doesn't show up every now and then in the shop to even spend diamonds on, but there's nowhere else to get them. AFK rewards for red chests are very, very rare. So short of using the events to get up your red chest count, there's not really anywhere else to do it. So that's why with the events, I always say go with the red chest, because there's nowhere to put it. I have one with SI30, which is Belinda. I would love to have Rowan. I would love to have Rosaline. But I spread it out a little too much. I took Shamira to SI25, which I should have just kept her at 20. But like I said, if there's a lot of things with my main account I could do over, I'd have a lot more success because I spread my emblems way too thin to make a Celestial account. Not really. I mean, the Celestial accounts, it's very, very hard. It's very, very random, and most of the time with the Celestial accounts, if you actually want it to do really well, is money. I mean, if you want to use the Stargazer, but that doesn't unlock till 16. So you have a lot of early time that you're going to use whatever you get, hoping for Celestials. And with most of them, you don't get the Celestials. So here's the Lost Sigils event. Made a mistake, Shamira to 10. Yeah, see, Shamira I used all the way through, God, I want to say all the way through probably chapter 22 or 23. Which, let me see. So here we're going to shoot for the same. We're going to shoot for the red chests. So I need Wilder or Mauler, Graveborn or Lightbearer. I think the Graveborn and Lightbearer might be ideal. So let me see, because we have some Graveborn and we have some Lightbearer. This is going to be similar. I'm thinking we need one more Graveborn, which we'll go with, I guess, Shamira, just because, well, she's only level 1. We'll have to drop her in the Resonating Crystal. Yeah, I took her, and that's why when I look at the heroes and a lot of people, like using Shamira for food, using Brutus as food, I didn't want to run just another account where I just run Shamira or I just run, the same heroes that I always have. Best choice in the event are red chests. They'll always be the best choice just because they're super hard to get. So if you do get a couple red chests, yep, the red emblems. Even if you're not to the point where you use them yet, is once you do have a hero that hits the signature item level 20, you'll literally just burn right through them. So it's very, very quick when you go through the chests. I didn't even really look at the lineup here, so we might just get actually destroyed on this one. 1-star Chimera and 24, yeah. Yeah, that's usually when she starts dropping off. You're about right. I'm planning on replacing Chimera with Athalia and Brutus with Arthur. I'm keeping Rowan, Lucius, Pharrell on the team. Yeah, that's a good replacement. And that's the thing with a lot of the heroes is for the event in the lab, Chimera does really well. In some of the events, you have to have them where you have to have the Chimera for the Namora event. I mean, she's the only one that you can do mass AoE damage over time. Same with having Athalia, same with having Estrilda. There's certain combinations. Azazel, having him up for the Ice Chimera event. So a lot of heroes, I love that they've kind of incorporated using them a little more, I guess. Athalia versus Pharrell. I actually prefer Pharrell. Yeah. Athalia is good, and Athalia is really, really solid with the bleed. Only thing is, with the bleed, she has to get attacked. So essentially, if she's on one target on the opposing side and one target is attacking her, you only have one bleed. Thank you. Love making the videos. It's a lot of fun. I love the live streams too. That's why I went ahead and built a new computer. Like I said, it'll be here tomorrow. So if anything crashes out with the live stream, got a new computer coming tomorrow. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, Pharrell, not only does he nerf the energy, as he does a ton of damage, and he nerfs the attack power, which is the big thing. So, and he can keep, I believe it's eight spirits up at that time versus 5, which again, just absolutely destroys teams. I mean, the combination overall just absolutely can destroy teams. Ever been against someone running Arthur with Pharrell behind? Yeah, because it speeds up his attack, especially if he's getting crit, because literally it just puts up the spirits everywhere. You just get spirits everywhere. And it's funny, just like when you're running Griselda and Baden, the combination of those two, you can just get adds up everywhere. Even if you look now, fighting Griselda here, which this one will probably get killed on, but you can actually just re-roll these, which is easy. But look at the shields. 1, 2, 3, 4 shields. So we'll try again. Yeah, Arthur's pretty good. I need 2 more pieces to complete a set. I need the weapon and the helm, and I will complete his set. Yeah, which I don't understand with Arthur is if you look at him on all of the boards and everything, nobody likes him. I mean, I don't know if there's something that I'm missing, but it seems like absolutely nobody likes Arthur. Up to you, build Lorzen. Lorzen I like, and Lorzen has a very, very cool kit. His utility is there. The only thing that I've looked at is Cecilia, possibly. Just because if you look, so even early testing, everyone has said she's pretty much falling in the S to S plus category because of her overall power. But I do like Lorzen. I think his utility, especially the dynamic that he's bringing to a team, is just absolutely huge. He's such a cool. What do you think of Celia actually, Furry? I do like her. I think she'd be pretty good. Like I said, if you guys know, I'm in the Casuals Guild, which they do a lot of high end, a lot of PvP. She is very, very strong. As long as you can keep her alive, she's just a scaling hero, just like everyone else. She has healing. If you get her up high enough, they actually can't kill that little plant that she has. The floral, I think it's a floral specter, she calls it. And when that's up, it can attack 3 enemies at a time, and she does a ton of damage. I actually have her on a little free-to-play account when I made a free-to-play when they released her. And I believe I have her at Legendary or Legendary Plus. But she does quite a bit of damage. I'm not sure this team comp, we're going to be... Yeah, we should be able to get them down this time. And That's Solise. Oh yeah, Solise. Sorry. Cecilia, it looks like, I mean, she reminds me of Thalia. When you look at her skill set, it just seems like a light bearer Athalia. I tried her yesterday on the in the labyrinth. I used her in the labyrinth. So she seems pretty good. Most of the time I use her in the labyrinth, though, she died pretty quick. So I'm not sure if that's going to be an issue. Kind of what we thought is her survivability being energy or being agility hero. They have a tendency to die pretty quick. But she is way too new. I don't know. I'm sure some of the whales already have her all the way leveled up and all the way geared up. I don't have any copies of her yet. Lightbearer team, I'm actually going to run a little bit later today. So we'll go ahead and run that Lightbearer team to see if we can get a copy of her. I know I'm not going to get her up right now just because it's too early to see actually how effective she'll be. Yeah, Solise was the one I was talking about. Solise, they said, is very, very powerful. Like I said, they're putting her in the S or S plus class, which is kind of the very top, because the ability to kill the floral spectre, I believe it's called. So if you look at her abilities here, so with her signature item, which I can actually look at her here, it gives more life to the plant, to the little spectre, and it's making it very, very hard to kill the plant. So the signature item increases by 20%, 50%, and attacks 3 enemies. This attacking 3 enemies, they said it's doing a ton of AoE damage, making her very, very strong. Plus, you figure here, this will increase her abilities, and she has a stun. So where you have super powerful heroes like Pharrell that have a stun, she has a stun as well. Same with this. Deflecting damage is when enemies attack the Floral Spectre, it deflects 80% of damage it receives back to the enemy. Okay, well, if you have heroes that are hitting really, really hard, it's deflecting a lot of what they are dishing out right back to them. And this is not damaging anyone on the team. This is just you literally attacking her little plant. So while the rest of your 5-person team is just doing their thing, the enemy focuses on the plant, because the plant actually usually comes up right in the middle of the battle, right towards the beginning. And then she also does have the ability to reduce damage and heal. So she has a heal, she has a damage reduction, she has a stun, and she has a summoning where she summons the plant. And all of that is more powerful when her Blossom Fall, when she uses her ultimate. So it's very, very cool. Like I said, a lot of people are putting her in a very high class just because of what she brings, where a lot of the, let's say, newer heroes like Skarath, not many people like him. His ability on paper looks pretty good, but I don't know anyone that's using him or has really talked much about him. Same with Rigby, which no one uses, just a light bearer that absolutely nobody uses. But we'll go ahead and keep pushing through here. See if we can do a little campaign progression. Yeah, and that's the thing with Solise, is they said the biggest thing is she's scaling. They said if you can keep your team up past about the 30-second mark, you can usually do pretty well. And they have a huge difficulty killing her. But again, with any scaling hero, you have to keep her alive, which makes a big difference. I know this was the stage we were at last time with the campaign progression. But I can actually look if I can level up some heroes. Which I believe Hero Essence. Just like most accounts, Hero Essence are always kind of where you're stuck. And the experience at this point. But they're getting there. So what's your guys' favorite team comps? What are you guys using? And what chapter are you in? Because here I love Scrag. Scrag is just so dominating. Have the copies, but not the fodder. Free to play. When you make your free to play account, will it be strictly free to play or? No, it's going to be strictly free to play. I probably got about $100 a month in this game, just between the accounts. So it is going to be strictly free to play, which the little first purchase Astrilda will stay and hang up. Just strictly free to play. I want to see, because there's got to be a point in the game where it's not just all about buying it, where chapter 21, soon we'll be done with it. Yep, free to play. Like I said, with the free to play accounts, it has the little icon here that says the first purchase, which the free to play account. And I'm going to make it on the Google side. As many of you know, I play everything on my iPad and my iPhone. I use Apple for everything. Apple is very hard to translate into live streams. I've tried a couple different apps. I've tried a couple different streams. Never had much luck with it. Always had lag issues. Always had just different issues because it's coming from an iPad. It's not coming from a computer. So the free-to-play account, just like the test server, I actually do on my desktop. So it makes a big difference. And I want to do the free-to-play account on the desktop, so I can actually stream it and you guys can actually see it. Because one of the questions that I see more than anything is, where do you get all the gems? Where do you get all the diamonds? Last stage of chapter 15, Entendre, Lucius, Belinda, Taline. That's very, very good to have Taline. If you don't know about Taline, which I'm sure a lot of people know, Taline is one of the only heroes that stands completely alone. I even have a formation guide that I'm doing with the shell guides that is just Taline. Manor Baden is killing it. Which level is signature item? I believe is 8, 7, 8. I don't even think I have it to 10 yet. Yeah, Baden does a ton of damage. Once again with the scaling heroes, once he can get his minions up, he does a lot of damage, which I'll show you the damage in the next fight. But if you look, when he comes out, he pops an ad up right here on the bottom. So now this target focuses right on the ad, which 3 attacks went straight into that. And then there's another little ad. That's not even an alt. Alt brings up 2 big ads. So now we have 2 little ads here on the bottom. Big thing with Baden is, combined with Lucius, is Lucius shields the ads. Best hero of my opinion, Pharrell. Yeah, I think Pharrell is definitely probably in the top 5 of all heroes of the game. Just because of his skill set. What is better to Stargaze, Twins, or Taline? Personally, I would do Taline. I've been working on Taline. I did 2 more polls, didn't get anything. Except the Twins. The Twins have the utility that you use them for everything. My team is Belinda, Lucius, Brutus, Kelthar, Rosline. It's a good team. Kelthar I haven't really used very much. I know Brutus drops off a little bit later. That's why I used him as food on the account. But Kelthar, he's one of the heroes that is very situational. He's a formation altering hero, and how he goes around the formation is kind of different. So I like the consistency of knowing where the heroes are going to go. And if you look here, even Baden did 1.1 million, where the Ascended Belinda did 1.4. And Baden does quite a bit of shielding and healing. Tried Kelthar. That's what I heard, but haven't tried him yet. Eventually, I'm going to build him on the faction account. I don't know. I was kind of thinking that, Junaid. I think with the free-to-play, it's a little bit limited. And I don't know. I've seen a lot of people do the pay-to-win accounts, which I don't want to do a pay-to-win account. I don't have enough money to do a pay-to-win account, which people have brought that up too. Chapter 23, Belinda, Rosline, Falk, Shabira, and Brutus. Hopefully soon, Lucius. That's an interesting combo. That's about the point where Chimera and Brutus start falling off. Is usually about chapter 23. You'll see where you have quite a bit of damage, quite a bit of support, CC, and like I said, Chimera or Brutus. Lucius would be ideal there, or Arthur, just to help tackle a little bit. Well, you got Falks too. So I like the chapter 23, Albasha, Belinda, Rosalind, Rowan. You might find yourself swapping out usually Rosalind at that point for more CC. Build Savius, Arden by Chimera, and then transition. I know, and that's one thing that I was thinking with the free-to-play. Tell us who in the world you got in the Casuals Guild. Oh, why I joined Casuals? I actually know Newton, which, as you know, he's the kind of the guild leader, unofficial guild leader. But he does a lot of the does a lot of the message boards. He does a lot of the theory crafting, and I'm partnering with him to do a lot of the videos. Like if you checked out the hero type guides, a lot of the information is from Newton. We just want to make it a lot more publicly available to everybody. Just because the information is there, attract a lot more people to the game and really build kind of a relationship with everybody. I mean, I talk to a lot of the people in there. We do a lot of Discord conversations, a lot of, again, theory crafting. I have heroes that ascended, but synergy is missing. I'm building some. Well, who do you have? Just the team that you had up there, the Belinda, Rosalind, Rowan, Falks. I mean, if you look at my main account in chapter 27, I run Belinda, Rosalind, Rowan, Falks, and Lucius. So those are the 5. With that being said, there's a lot of heroes like Falks that I can swap out, or even Rosalind that I can swap out. Depending on the team comps and depending what you need is what you can swap out. So a lot of times when I need more CC, I can swap in Pharrell. If the team's taking way too much damage, popping in a support class, a CC, or even an additional tank. There's even been a couple chapter stages where I've ran 3 tanks just because of how high burst the other team was. So running tanks and CC. Because remember, in the battles, if you're not surviving for the first 30, 45 seconds, you're usually not going to win the battle. You have to keep your heroes up kind of for a certain amount of time. And even here, if you look, Baden's doing more damage here than Belinda, which I think she did die on this one. But with this team, it's a unique team comp because of Baden in the ads. And if you look at Baden, I don't use Baden here as a tank. I use Baden as DPS. And as you can see, even his tiny minions here in the back get shielded before bringing up the big minions. Yep, yeah, I'll put it in the comments. That way you got it. Not too many people on the Discord server right now. I know there's a few. I've been building it up, made a couple different channels in there. Do you have much information about Casimir and his story? I don't know, like, personal information. I know some people in there that put $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 into the game, which to me is absolute insanity. Putting that much into the game, but I mean, there's a couple people who have the heroes maxed out the day they come out. Like I know one of the new, I believe maybe it was Solise. I think when Solise came out, one of the guildies were saving 400,000. I think he had 400,000 gems to stargaze, to just completely stargaze her up to 5 stars when she came out. So I guess just kind of banking the gems at that point, which even using the Stargazer, I know it has, yeah, I know the whales. Like I said, this game, I usually spend roughly $100 a month, and that's a lot of it just kind of maintenance because I do use the subscription cards on my accounts. So I got 5 accounts that I actually run the subscription card. So that's $100. And then I buy the 1 Rigo rewards, and that's it. I don't have anything else. I don't buy anything else. Yeah, and that's what I've noticed is the synergy in the accounts. Since I've started running the faction accounts, I can see it a lot better, and see how the synergy of the teams go. Like this team is just kind of a hodgepodge made up, but it works because you have Screg that's pushing heroes back. So he'll actually push Grezzo back to the back line. So these 3 will be together in the back line. When Screg pushes him back, that allows Belinda, because she has not only an AoE, as her ult is an AoE. So it'll put all of 3 of these together. And a lot of time Verk runs around, so he might even get caught in here too. Here, I want Lucius to hold the line. That's all Lucius does. He provides shields, he provides support, does a little bit of his energy nerf with his signature item, and healing. So we want him to hold the line. Namora Charm is the big thing. So she has a heal, which her heal isn't very strong. But the Charm is the big thing we want because we want her CC. She's the only healer in here, and she's the only CC short of Lucius healing. And then Baden, we just want him to not only do damage, but we want him to distract enemies. So you'll see, again, his little minion that comes up right at the beginning when we go into battle, which right here pops up right behind Grezold, which Shamira did her soul siphon right on the ad. So essentially, Screg didn't take any damage, and we got all of these 3 in the back, which is where we want them, allowing Belinda to do her ult on all 3 targets here, plus the ads, and just like that. Thorn signature item. I know Thorn I do want to get up, which I believe, well, I haven't released, like I said earlier, I haven't released the new the Graveborn video. I have to do the campaign, and I have to edit it out. Got our Mauler count at level 150 because of you. Well, thank you, Basha. Yeah, it's and that's why I love making the videos, and it's fun. I mean, it's fun to get all the comments. It's fun to get the feedback. A lot of the different team comps that people have recommended I've used, and to see new heroes. That's what ultimately why I started the faction accounts was I mean, there's a whole slew of heroes that I've never ever used or never seen, and on my main account to get them up and to make them usable, it's very, very difficult, to say the least. What is the most factor that you really want to happen? I know they're going to continue with new heroes. I'd like to see some of the balancing with some of the older heroes, just because I feel like if you look at the raw stats of newer heroes have higher stats than the older heroes, just kind of making an adjustment. A couple things, like one thing that drives me just absolutely crazy is removing all of my gear to do the faction towers. Going like on a Sunday, if you want to run the 4 faction towers, going through the faction, removing all the gear, going to the next faction, equipping all the gear, then going to the faction, removing all the gear, then going to the next faction, equipping all the gear. That just kind of drives me crazy. The amount of time that's spent switching the artifacts, switching the gear. If they just had a button to literally just strip all the gear, throw it in my backpack, I'll put it all back on the heroes that I want, would be pretty cool. But I think some of the rework, especially they've started the reworks. Yeah, and I think the hero skin that they're looking at, if you've seen the pictures, I know Vulcan had a picture up, and it's on afkarena.net. It looks like a picture of Cirrus, except he's got like a gold skin. I believe that's going to be the next skin. A lot of people are kind of speculating at this point, but they said that's going to be the next skin is going to be for Cirrus, which a lot of people don't use Cirrus. So hopefully we got another one. I know in the Legendary Plus heroes, I don't understand why they don't, to just add in a 4th ability and then let them be ascended like they are already would be pretty cool. Then I got Taylene to Elite Plus and is now a chapter ahead. Scrag actually took someone I started with the same day one. Yeah. And Heroes will do that. When they did the Scrag rework, nobody ever used Scrag. I don't know how long a lot of you have been playing, but no one ever used Scrag. Scrag was one of the ultimate fodder heroes that everyone just completely killed Scrag because that was it. He was complete fodder. As soon as they did the rework for him, looks like I seen one. Yeah, I know. When Scrag was a joke. Yeah, I seen you, Junaid. Yeah, Rain. You know, Rain was one of the first heroes I believe they did the rework on. If I'm recalling from like mid last year. They did a rework. Well, they reworked her signature item, and I believe they reworked her abilities, which didn't help at all, unfortunately. Some people say they use her as a buffer for different events, but I haven't seen it, which our tokens are full. Got a skin for Belinda. I wonder if they're going to do a couple. Let's see what we got in the store, which these we actually need. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to release a couple or if they're just going to do... Yeah, I used Rain up until I got Twins. So once the Twins were released, that's when I benched Rain for the Riz team. So, all right. So I believe here we got even... I didn't even do the bounty board. I didn't do anything on this account as of lately. Yeah, Rain was the one I used on the Riz, like I said, until I got a copy of the Twins. And when they did her rework, which I know they just did a little, not a rework, but a little, I guess, fine-tuning with her. That's why I know. And that's one thing that I know Lilith has talked about, if you watch any of the boards or stuff like that, is... players that have been playing for a while, you don't have the chance to get the heroes like new accounts do. Just for the fact that we've already done hundreds of thousands of summons, and we're already past that. We're not doing summons as frequently as you are when you're going through kind of campaign progression. Tell everybody. Yeah, the bounty board. My biggest pet peeve is with free to play. Is you have to fill every one of them manually, which drives me crazy. The bounty board would be awesome to just autofill the entire bounty board. I don't know if they do that at like VIP 13 or something, but that drives me crazy too. It's kind of crazy. I know, the autofill button, once you hit, I believe it's VIP 6. The autofill feature is, yep, I think it's level 100 is 6. Which this account, I believe, is 6. It is 6. Yep, so there it is. Which the quick battle feature, I like. The bounty board feature is a godsend. The skip battle feature is great for the arena. And the 2 extra bounty quests and the extra challenge. So 6 is really the big one. I know the second one is 13. If you actually go up that high to 13. But do you know how high you can get to VIP 10 or the VIP now? Because I know before at level 200 you'll be VIP 10. But I know they did add in the VIP experience when it comes to chapters now. So when you finish a chapter, you actually get VIP experience. So I'm assuming technically you could get past level 10 at that point. Or I'm not sure if they made level 10, VIP 10, just like a hard stop. Because I know level 200 you get VIP 10. But now with the addition of the chapter experience as well. This one will go for the War Horn. Let's see. Nope, we'll take Kelthar, since I know someone out there likes Kelthar. I have no idea. My main is far from free. Yeah. Mine either. I quit buying the Champions of Espria, though. I quit a while ago buying that card. Even though the gems are a pretty good idea, we don't get any more benefit from the essence, the hero essence. So at this point, I don't need it. I got the autofill before getting VIP 6. 12 also locks. Yep, so chapter 12 will unlock the auto bounty fill. That's what I'll be shooting for with my free-to-play. Free-to-play, level 148. Yeah, depending where you are in the chapter. Like I said, I know the cap, I believe, at level 200 was VIP 10, but that was before the introduction of... you've gotten Gwen built on any account. On my main account, I have Gwen ascended. She's actually ascended on my main account. I've never used her, but she is still ascended on the main account. You get the autofill at VIP. It's VIP 6. VIP 6 is where you get all of the perks. Other than that, the only VIP that really makes a difference is VIP 13 because of the Stargazer. That's why a lot of people will shoot higher. Yeah, Gwen I've used a couple times, and I've never really felt the synergy with her. I've never really had much luck with her. It seems like I can do so much more with a Belinda than I can do with Gwyneth. Yeah, Junaid, and that's what they're trying to address with the wish list and even up in the percentage of the wish list. Yeah, and that's it. One copy of Cecilia, just like the copies of Solise. Autofill is VIP 5. Copies Rowan. Yeah, Rowan was a hero, and Rowan's one of those heroes that even if you don't have him up very high, even if you don't have Rowan up very high, he still performs exceptionally well. When Rowan was released, I was in chapter 17 or 18, I can't remember. But when Rowan was released, I went from chapter 18 to chapter, I believe, 22. Just literally flying through chapter after chapter, stage after stage, with him at Elite. He was only at Elite at that point. Yeah, and I haven't really looked at her after the Union. Since the new Union, I've never used her. Future babe, this time. I mean, if you look, AFK Arena, there's a ton of people to play it. It's one of the most popular games for this type of game, for an idle hero game. Which I love it. I mean, I can see it definitely depending on the changes they make. People will always play. I have him at M+ with SI30. Super fun. Yeah, Rowan always will. I mean, Rowan, if you look at the Lightbearer team and even the support overall for any of your heroes, he is the best support hero, period. I mean, there's no, hands down, he is the best support hero. Here we'll go for haste. Why not? I don't like Rowan and Gwen. Yeah, they're kind of... See, now, I heard Gwyneth goes in like the 3 or 5 slot because of the angling of targets. Like I said, I haven't used her enough, but what I read a little bit was the way that she angles targets to be in the middle, that you want her in the spot, either the 3 or the 5, because of how her lightning arrows work. The flame arrows and the lightning arrows. I tried a lot of other games. Yeah. Basha, I've done the same. I've played a lot of other games. Tried quite a few. Dispelling Arrow, if you don't know, going through the labyrinth, Dispelling Arrow is super strong just because it gets rid of the 2 most vital things in the game, which is one is Brutus's shield. So it'll actually get rid of his shield, which is awesome, as well as Pharrell's Haunts. So it'll get rid of both of those. Yeah, I tried a lot. I mean, I've played a lot of games over a long time. And just something about this game, the way it's laid out, even I've played games that are pretty similar to this. Didn't like them as much as this one. Is the Egg Hunters event the only event where you can buy hero essence, or was that past events? I don't think... I'm trying to think of an event. I don't think I've seen any events where I could buy hero essence. Try 200 times. Where are you going? What team comp are you using? Who should I send between Gwyneth and Pharrell? Always Pharrell. Pharrell is number one. He's a priority hero. Because of not only his signature item, his haunt, his CC ability, and his damage. What makes Rowan so special? If you look at Rowan, so Rowan's kit is very unique because, one, he heals. But not only does he do heals like a normal healer like Namora or Lucius, is he heals exactly when you need it. Coupled with that is on his card, his signature item, he has a potion. So even at like SI 30, if a hero hits 600 energy, they drink the potion at 600 energy. It takes them to 1,000 so they can cast their ult. So not only is he an energy battery, he is a healer overall. When the cart's empty, he'll replace the cart. He'll actually refill it. His little birdie flies in and it will replace the cart. His ult has a stun, which is good. Not only does it do energy battery, which I believe it does 60 or 75 energy to your heroes that capture the coin with Rowan. If the coins hit an enemy hero, it stuns them. So if you have heroes in the back line, it'll actually hit the enemy hero and it'll stun them. He has a stun with his little ducky too. I forget what the little duck stun is. But everything combined, even the energy battery, there's no other hero that's going to give you the 400 energy. I mean, off the bat, and his ult is energy as well. So everything he does on any team, so literally you can just drop Rowan into any team and he'll do well. I mean, he'll carry the team, he'll keep your tanks alive, he'll keep the back line alive. It's just devastating. And he's immune to burst damage. So when he takes any damage over, I believe it's 10%, he uses energy instead of hit points. So he actually, see how I just ulted on him. Watch right here. I ulted on him and it just said immune. And that was it because it used his energy instead of using his hit points. And there's his stun. So it takes a lot to get him down. Even if you put him frontline, a lot of the combinations I use him as a tank. So it's just kind of crazy, his utility with every one of his ability. All four of his abilities are great on any single team. If you're running Celestials, if you're doing boss fights, if you're doing campaign, if you're doing Labyrinth, all of them, he does everything. I mean, that's what really makes Rowan so good, is there's no downside to him really at all, which is kind of crazy because most heroes have one. I'm assuming you'll be going Lightbearer Scrolls on your free-to-play. You know what? June 8, I was actually thinking about that today. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know how hard the struggle is going to be. I don't know if I should split them 50-50. I'm going to go for the static wish list. Lucius, Belinda, Rowan, Rosaline, Fox. I'll probably try something different just because, again, just like the Chimera and Brutus, I don't want to just run the exact same thing, which I know what works. I mean, even now I got the 4 faction, the free, my little account. I have the test account. I have the main account. The heroes that really do well, and even here, Baden just died. So I don't know if I'm going to go with all light bears. I might go 50-50. I might do light bears and wilders. Or I might just do, because the only faction that I don't see really doing well is the Maulers. I mean, Maulers just seem to have a difficult time carrying. I know, that's what I was thinking. But again, I think a lot of it's going to be, hey, what's going on, Elixir Master? I think a lot of it's going to be kind of what I pull, I guess. Because that's going to make a big difference. Moonstone, always go. Moonstone, Sunstone, Fire and Icebringer. As you know, that's always the priority. I know that's my fear, is being stuck on the same stages for an extended amount of time. Because it gets kind of boring just watching the same nothing when there's no progress. But I feel if I do go light bears, it's going to be essentially probably the same light bears team that I've ran for the light bear account and for the main account running light bears. I don't know. And there is the Sunstone. What do you mean pure Maulers team? The Mauler account, the Mauler faction account, that's what I run, is just the Maulers. But I don't know. I'm going to do a free-to-play account when I get my new computer tomorrow. So I'm going to actually probably set up 1 or 2 days that I can stream. So if I do like a Tuesday, Thursday to stream, so I can stream at night with the account. The rest of the time, kind of just spend some time. Voodoo Doll, if you guys don't know, 4 times Mauler, 1 support, mostly Leica or Rowan. 2 very good choices. The Voodoo Doll is very, very cool to have because of the guild boss. Which this is going to be a pretty tough team here. We're starting to get to the point here where the teams are a lot higher level than we are. So hopefully between the shields and the heals, we can keep these teams alive. And honestly, just taking your time going through here, which I think I'll move her down here. Yeah, what 4 Maulers are you running, Igor? Hopefully we can take out Baden here, which unfortunately we didn't get him down. Guys don't. Yeah, Nara is one of those heroes that are just simply amazing. As you get her leveled up, her ability to CC is just, it's pretty crazy with how much damage she can do in a short amount of time. I think we're just going to take a defeat on this one, and then we'll just use our little tier, which almost got it down. Guess who's running Brutus? Sophia. Yeah, I'd probably say Brutus was the one that I didn't feel, which I don't think I have any shards. Gotta look in here. I don't think. No, I don't have any shards. So make sure we'll do the critical strike damage. I'm going to try to cheese the boss here. Brutus, Sophia, Titus, Scarath. That's a pretty unique team. Titus and Scarath. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised I don't use either of them. So I'm going to see if I can actually cheese this with him. And let's see how Solise does since we picked her up. Hoping as long as we don't die in the very beginning. Which don't ult. Got it. Look at that. The Floral Spectre does quite a bit of damage. I've Titus Ascended. I'm on the fence. It seems like he's another hero that I heard is very situational, that if he's attacking all by himself, great, similar to Thane. If he's not taking damage, as soon as they start taking damage, it just gets destroyed. As what I've heard is when she starts taking damage, or when he starts taking damage, just absolutely gets destroyed. There's a little flower, I think, up in the top. I would like to see Scarath. I would like to see him, leveled up to Ascended and with a signature item. Because on paper, I mean, his signature item plus 30 looks just absolutely crazy. And I always try versus using a Durist here. I always try to go this route to kind of just cheese it with heroes that I got. I think this one we're going to get destroyed, but that's okay. Scrag was trying to keep it alive. Yeah, how's Skarath been? She got a tier there, so we'll drop her out. We'll put Lucius back in. I think we'll go with this combination. As long as we can get Shamira down up in the top, which we do. Muller Tower. Yeah, that's what I've seen. Junaid is I have him on one of my accounts, but I don't have enough to really make him usable. But every time I've used him, it seems like he's just one that dies really, really early. So look at that. Got a few gems there. Get some more hero essence here. I don't think that's going to give us enough for anything at this point. So let's see, we'll get a little bit better gear here. I think we'll continue to level him up. I think I can actually get some of this gear up. I haven't done much enchantments here. Usually I just go to 3, just because if you're pushing the stars 4s or 5, it burns through a ton of gear. Javid, welcome. I was wondering if you'd get the message. I posted it a little bit earlier to see if you would see if you'd get the message. What's going on, buddy? Just running a little test server over here. And even our relics are kind of different on this one. So we'll see. I geared up Scrag pretty well, so we'll go ahead. We'll focus on Lucius. I don't even know Titus. Titus is a mauler, and he's kind of an agility, really damage mauler. But I think he's pretty squishy. If you guys haven't seen, I got the sweet portal or the sweet frame right here, which was 100% Javid. His donations were the only reason I got. He was the only donations that I got on this one. So I got this cool looking frame, which I absolutely love. It's so cool. The feral one's pretty cool, but it's too big. So even when I put a little picture, when I put the my little hippo up there, you can't see him because the frame's so big. So here, let's see what we get. Griselda and Sentendra. We'll get a couple more heroes here. So we pushed through a lot, 14-34. I mean, that's a lot of this chapter. We get her up, which might be able to use her for food. If you guys have ever used her, which I believe that might give us enough. If you've ever used, I think it's Santandra. She is not good. They have to do something with her. Everyone who's used her, even the people who have had her in the guild, even having her at 5 stars, even with her signature item, she is not good at all. She runs out and she just gets absolutely destroyed. So, but Sophia, definitely, she is by far one of the top heroes. Definitely top mauler hero. Her signature item increases her damage, which she already does a ton of damage as it is. Couldn't tell you what her alt does. Yeah, and that's what Junaid, that's what every single time she'll run out, she'll die. I have her ascended, even full gear, even full faction gear, even with a tanking item. She gets destroyed 10 seconds in, and she is completely done. I think we already did the guild hunt. Santandra. I have difficulty saying her name, which I just used her for food. She's right here. Satrana. Satrana? Not Entendre. Yeah, her. When she came out, her abilities look pretty good. If she was ranged, maybe it would be a whole different story. But she is intelligence based and she runs straight into melee range. So she's actually has to be within attack range of getting attacked. So she just absolutely gets destroyed. And this doesn't help either. If she is slain, her fire seed ability will trigger if the health is below 50%. So essentially, to use her signature item, she has to die. So I know this fire seed ability, there's other ways that you can use it, but it's kind of pointless if she's slain. If they made it do maybe more damage over time, or it did put a dot on the heroes or something, but she'll dot the hero and then the hero will spend the entire fight just running around. Entendre. Entendre is absolutely horrible too. A lot of people have said, even with her SI 30, again, she can't survive anything. Last chest, I'm just waiting for this one. I get absolutely destroyed on that one. So I'm waiting until it gets a little bit closer, which I got 2 days. Maybe I'm up high enough to defeat that one. User when I haven't gotten Pharrell yet for a heavy healer enemy team. Yeah, she's good, but a lot of heavy healer enemy teams, I just bring more CC versus trying to just absolutely destroy through it. I'll bring Pharrell, which does a lot of CC. Bring Falks, bring anyone who's going to do energy reduction with them. And this team, as we all know, has just been an absolute fun one. Which here, I'm going to give it a couple goes. Hopefully, we just get destroyed usually from this team. And again, I don't have many options here, which is tough on this account. I'll join you on your free-to-play adventure tomorrow. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, Junaid. Like I said, it might be tomorrow because the new computer will be here. It might be Thursday once I get everything all set and all set up with everything. So I'm hoping. That's it. Now we got to restart it because the team died. Which is okay. I don't think we got any of them down or even near down. It seemed like once I restarted this the first time, if you couldn't get through it, when I restarted the second time, buzzed right through it on every single account. Giving her reflectors. First like souls. Yeah, she needs something. Pure damage and Falks. Yeah, I'm going to have to, like I said, I'm going to have to run back through there. I got a couple more up from the Elder Tree, so enough to level it up. If you guys watched the last live stream, I actually bought all of the Twisted Essence with everything that I have. In turn, that's given me more than enough Twisted Essence to level it up as far as I can, because I do just use the slew of heroes, so still got quite a bit there. Hero Essence, like I said, here I got them all to level 8. Still got a little Essence left, which 10 levels above your tree. Lost Sigils, probably I'd say within the next, usually 3 days. Maybe Friday, Lost Sigils will come. It's usually about a week from when it's on the test server. Which here I was just saving the sigils to buy the chests right here. So this is actually the one big thing to buy are the emblem chest. Since I don't have much of anything else but the emblem chest, that's where you're going to get stuck. Where you'll get stuck later in the game. Idea and Lost Signal, I borrowed 2 stars. Yeah, I did that. Some of my accounts I borrowed a Tailene, which was pretty easy. Just to run through it with a Tailene. So King's Tower, I've been doing the same, trying to progress kind of as far through here as I can. I feel like once I get these heroes up a little bit in levels, it'll be definitely way, way easier. Just because right now we're kind of getting destroyed in some points. But if you're stuck in the campaign, I mean, the tower is always the alternate option. And I run the tower on all my accounts pretty much whenever I can, and the faction towers as well. And look at all of the Baden minions running around. Can we change sigils for diamonds or scrolls? No. Unfortunately, Raven, they didn't add them. So I was really hoping that they would add them. I know the only thing that I've seen that is missing here, because you have your heroes, your emblems. There's no diamonds or scrolls. Is the one that's missing here because I'm not high enough is the item to change the factions. So I'm not sure, because I don't even think it'll show it here. Nope. There's an item that changes the faction on gear. That's the only thing that's missing. But I wouldn't recommend buying that at all, just because you get one a week. So eventually you'll get one up where the red faction emblems you're not getting at all. I mean, there's very, very few places to get them, short of buying them or waiting. The events are really the only place to get them. So that would be the number one purchase. Do you buy epic signature emblems? Yes, I do. I buy the gold ones usually, and then I do buy the red ones when they come for gems, which it seems every couple days they come for gems. Should I even go for Tailing for the event, even though she is going to be elite? I mean, later in the game, you're going to use Tailing, depending where you're at. But if you're just going to make her elite to unlock her, you're not going to use her for anything. So I would probably just buy the emblems at that point, just because Tailing's just going to sit there. And that's the same with a lot of the faction accounts. I just buy gold and XP from the shop. Yeah, that's it. Gold and XP. Light bears will actually be tomorrow. And usually I do light bears first. If you've seen the videos, I do them all in succession. I did change it up this time because we knew 1.33 was coming. So I wanted to wait to the new patch because maybe I'll have a chance to pull one of the new heroes. But I believe on that account I have more faction scrolls than any of the accounts, which is pretty cool. As we completed the Voyage of Wonder and got 10 more out of there. I believe because I completed chapter 20, 19 and 20. You can buy gold with gold. Yep. Yeah, you can buy the gold emblems with gold. I believe when you're past chapter, is it 17? Junaid might know. Might be 17 or 18. Yeah, the crystal. What level are you on, Junaid? Yeah, the gold emblems is kind of the little bit of a stopping point, but you can buy them. The gold ones are where it just, or the red ones are just where it gets silly. And I'm just getting destroyed in this tower. But yeah, if you don't know the emblems, they actually appear right in this bottom corner. I got to beat 17-40 for them to appear. So pretty close. But I don't think there's anything else I can do in here. Labyrinth Store, I've been buying Scrag. He's definitely the hero out of here. Because when you look, Astrilda you use for some. Chimera you'll use for some. Thorin is a good buy. Scrag is definitely a good buy. These two, Arthur is a good buy. Wukong. But a lot is going to go to Arthur. So if you're really making the commitment for Arthur, you can go ahead and get him up to where you need him to be. I'm thinking here, I'm just trying to get some more essence, which I almost got the faction scrolls. I believe we can do 1 or 2 more summons though. $21 million, 22, 23 million. I usually use all the stuff. And here we got our emblems. From 17, you're getting 10 silver, and 22, you can get a gold one. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew when you can buy the gold emblems from the shop. T1 tokens from the guild shop. It's every couple days. I believe on my main account, I have the T1 emblems or T2 emblem in there now. Usually every 2 or 3 days. What I do is when you look at your heroes, if you have a faction item that you're looking to level up, I save the stones for. It's kind of a cross between, because it's going to take a while to get the faction gear, and it's going to take a while to get the stones. But you do get the faction gear, and you do get the stones from AFK rewards. So eventually you'll get them. It'll just take time. So chapter 22 is where you can buy them. Yeah, Arthur's pretty good. I like Arthur. So let's go ahead and we'll do another summon here. And I would like to finish out, which, yep, look at that. A normal summon. Absolutely nothing. But you do get a ton of emblems here, and the gold emblems. Always doing the summons here. And I have no Stargazer at this point. So unfortunately, nothing there. I think as far as the team, though, and actually getting anyone up, can't do anything there. We do have a couple copies here of our buddy Arden, which I'm not sure that's going to even do anything. Nope, so this we're kind of stuck. Baden, I don't want to use Shamira just because I'll probably use her again. That's about it for everything. So we did the Lost Sigil event. So we got all of the quests done for today. Got most of the weeklies done. Just have a couple more purchases and then victories. The arena is also a pretty good spot. Do you think they'll add any emblem versions of the Riga rewards? They possibly could. I don't know if they kind of build in stopping points with the hero essence and the EXP. And even with the Riga rewards and stuff, they don't want you to be able to finish the game or proceed to a point where you're stuck in the game very, very quickly. So it just takes a little more time. Yeah, I know. And I do like live streaming. I'm getting a new computer tomorrow, so I'm surprised this one hasn't done anything funny today, probably because it's scared, because it knows that this is its last day before I turn it off. But finished out there, Peaks of Time are always a place where you get a ton of rewards. So Shamira there, Hero Essence, which we need. So right there's 24,000 Hero Essence. And of course the gold if you got to get anybody up or if you want to do enchantments. The Divine Realm, I believe we just finished this one. So go ahead and finish these. Ultimate Haste Bravo Twins, Arthur and Nemisu. Who has the best basic attack? Pharrell is definitely one of the best ones for the basic attack because he has the ability to add the spirits. So when he adds the spirits, it actually takes away energy and it does damage. Gwyneth's basic attack is good as well because she can turn the basic attack into the flaming arrows or I believe the lightning arrows. So she is very good as well to stand behind Arthur. And a couple like Belinda is strong too because she does a ton of damage with her basic attack. Even just her regular old basic attack does a lot of damage. So this one will actually hop up this path first. Yeah. But I'd say out of everyone, completing all the peaks gets you around 600k Hero Essence fully completed. Yeah, Javid. It's huge, and I feel like I've run the Peaks of Time so many times now. It's been kind of crazy. I know the path through all of the peaks. Almost verbatim. I did the Divine Realm a couple times. Just literally running through the exact same one on multiple accounts over and over and over. Really focus on getting us new Peaks of Time. Yeah, I know, Vinny. It's been such such a long time. And I was very, very disappointed with the peaks of time that they did do was just the old Voyage of Wonder. So literally they just swapped it over to nothing new. I wish they would have waited a little bit even to swap that over, but they did it immediately to move over the old Voyage to the new peaks, which I thought was just kind of a cheesy way to recycle content. What is your crystal level? You're like 4 stages ahead. I think I'm about the same. I believe 297. Yeah, I think 297 or 298 now. Which we'll go ahead with Namora because we do have her in our group. Bye, Sam. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I believe it's close to, I think it's close to 300, which I looked at some of the people, even when you look at like the PvP events, they're like 340, 350, 360. I'm seeing a couple of that with 375. Yeah. Yeah, Rosaline's Cup, I know. It's amazing that just being a newer hero to AFK Arena, Rosaline does just like Rowan. I mean, just the skill set that they put with her is just crazy. With being able to do so much damage, with being able to do a stun, with being an energy battery, they just added so much to specific heroes, which to me seems kind of crazy. Yeah, most of the time she's doing it as much damage, if not just a little bit less than Belinda. But if they were on the same ascension level, same signature item, I think it would be pretty much the same. I mean, they'd be definitely right in the running. Yeah. Same, Junaid. I have like 100, probably almost 120,000 dust. And it just sits. There's absolutely nothing I can do with it. So the dust will just sit there and rot. And with bounty boards, as fast as I accumulate dust, you're never going to use it for anything. I just wonder at one point if they're going to make a shop where you can just sell items instead of having to buy everything. I'll go ahead and sell some of my hero dust to get some more hero experience. It'd be a fair trade. I don't know how that would probably just destroy the economics of the game, but it would help some of the progression. So it seems like going through here, once I have the relics up, as long as we're keeping Namora up, I should be able to get through this, I think, pretty easy. No. Yeah, I've looked at a lot of people too have asked about doing summoning videos. Like I don't know about summoning videos if I want to summon on other people's accounts. I've thought about it. I mean, it seems pretty easy, but my biggest fear is messing up someone else's account. Yeah, I know the dust is just kind of pointless at this point. Akira, I'll give you some dust. Just send over a message and I'll deliver you some dust over there. All right, so that opens the Moon Island, as we've seen. So hopefully I can beat the Brutus out here. And if you look, so always do the camps to the right if you haven't done the Divine Realm yet. This Brutus is super charged, where this one's a lot easier. You want my Chimera or Lucius? Sure, I'll do Chimera. Yeah, because I'm wondering if I do Rosaline and Chimera and just have her do double alt, I think it should be enough. Because even if she's double alting, I think I'll throw in, I'll probably throw in Brutus there. I know. We could just pass some dust to some other heroes. Which here, the Divine Realm, get a copy of Shamira. And that is it. So you're actually stuck on this little island with this really tough camp. So this is one that you actually have to do 3 times. But we'll just go ahead and finish it here. Bye, Bacha. Have fun. Yeah, I think it's almost time for me to go. It's 3:20 now. My time. Not sure what time it is where you guys are at. But I hear the garbage truck outside. Got to go get the kids from school pretty soon. Okay, yeah, I'll do it in just a minute, Javid. Which I know here, I got to do my 15 battles in here. Which this is probably one of the most underrated things, I guess. As you can see, most people never request anybody, or they just kind of sit here. I never, until recently, started requesting heroes from anybody. But most people, especially on the test server, don't do much requesting. But 8 p.m. here is sunny old England, huh? Well, we're supposed to get like, I think 6 to 8 inches of snow tonight, which is going to be super cool because it's freezing cold here. 220 in Africa. Welcome, Bad Kills. Yeah, we're supposed to get quite a bit of snow. I only buy the subscription card for the extra merc. Yeah, I like it. That helped me through a couple stages. If you've seen 2660? That's how I just borrowed a Taline. First time I tried it, first or second time, just destroyed the campaign with Taline. I think the big thing with the subscription cards is having the extra bounty boards. That's made a huge difference on the faction accounts, is having the extra bounty board. And look at that. Thank you, Javid. Yeah, I'll use her. I'll get her all set up. And I'm going to have to go, unfortunately, now and re-clear the voyage because I died in it. So my whole team died, so we'll have to finish the voyage, which I'll probably hop on later tonight and take care of that. So, I mean, we pushed from way down here, so we pushed through about 30 stages today, which is pretty good. Like I said, I'll get my new computer tomorrow. I'll get it all set up, get it all ready to go. Yeah, the 2660. I've had people that have tried it over 1,000 times and never got through it. Even borrowing mercenaries still couldn't get through it. People that are still stuck on the stage now. And I heard it only gets way more difficult. But, all right. So I am going to conclude it for the live stream here. Like I said, I'm going to shoot for Thursday night, doing another one, probably about 8-9 o'clock my time. That way I can get my kids to bed and come down and do a live stream with the new computer. And I'm going to start my free-to-play account. So Javid, you've always wanted the free-to-play, so I am going to start the free-to-play, and Junaid's going to start a free-to-play. So we'll see how lucky we get, and we'll push it straight from Chapter 1 when we log on in the very beginning. So, again, they're not a direct message. No, but you can hit me up on Discord. That's where a lot of people message me, especially if they have specific questions. 2660, use Arden. I used Taline. Once I popped in Taline, that was it. Just absolutely destroyed it. But thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I'm going to start the free-to-play account, and I'm going to start it on this side. That way it's on the Google account and not on the Apple account. So we'll keep them all separate. So it'll be the free-to-play account, and we'll see how far we can get or how difficult it is going to be to push through the free-to-play. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. I love all of the comments. I love all the feedback. And you guys have a great night.